There's a lot of curiosity over the clash of the titans in the box office yesterday. Laal Singh Chaddha versus Raksha Bandhan. Let's get you a box office report now of how the films have done. And the unfortunate news is both have failed so far at the box office. The Aamir starrer Laal Singh Chaddha and Akshay starrer Raksha Bandhan both have underperformed on opening day. What we're picking up is that the day one estimate for Laal Singh Chaddha is 10 to 11 crore rupees. For Raksha Bandhan is worth 7 to 8 crores. The question is whether the weekend at least will help them to kind of make up for the business that they seem to have lost out on day one. Our entertainment editor Tushar Joshi is joining us live with more on this. Tushar, good morning. Bollywood has witnessed a string of flops. They were really counting on these two films doing well. So far, it's not looking good.
Absolutely, Akshita. These were important films with really big names, and there was a lot at stake for these two films and the actors. Unfortunately, both the films have underperformed at the box office. Laal Singh Chaddha has taken a better opening between the 10 to 11 crore number compared to Raksha Bandhan, which has done around 7 to 8 crores. Now, yesterday was a holiday, so expectations are that the figures might go up today. It's a long weekend. There's Independence Day followed by Parsi New Year. So the hope is that the word of mouth picks up on both these films, and it's very important that these figures start climbing and going up over the weekend. Akshita.
That's right. Tushar, thank you very much for joining us with those details. But the reason also there's so much focus on these two movies is because Bollywood hasn't been having the best of times of late. Let's show you how in the last few months, every film that's been out, and these are sometimes big budget movies with some of the biggest stars, they've not performed well. Shamshera was the latest on that list. Ranbir Kapoor's much talked about comeback was a complete flop, with the film being panned across. Now, Samrat Prithviraj, again, big budget, big scale, Akshay Kumar's film, it flopped in the box office. And it was Vikram, the Tamil film, which did well rather than Samrat Prithviraj. Runway 34, starring Ajay Devgan, Amitabh Bachchan, big cast, didn't do well again at the box office. Besides that, Jayesh Bhai Jordar with Ranveer Singh, who's also in fact did everything he could to promote this film. It again didn't do well, underperformed completely at the box office. Jersey, remake of a Telugu film featuring Shahid Kapoor, didn't do well, again flopped. So it's a losing streak that Bollywood has been going through, which is why hopes were riding very high on, in fact, these two films, on Raksha Bandhan as well as Laal Singh Chaddha. It's a long weekend, which is why both these big banner films decided to release it during these dates. So far, it's not done well. But Bollywood has a lot riding on this particular two films. So far, it doesn't look good for the industry.
या फिर हम हवा विच एवं ही उड़ते फिरते हैं यहाँ से वहाँ
It is Aamir Khan versus Akshay Kumar at the box office. Laal Singh Chaddha has finally released today, and it clashes with Akshay Kumar's starrer Raksha Bandhan. Both the films are hoping to make the most out of this weekend. Expectations are high that the films will perform well and revive the lull in Bollywood.
अब कुछ लोग विश्वास नहीं करते, पर जिंदगी में चमत्कार होते हैं जी.
Laal Singh Chaddha, made on a budget of 180 crore rupees, has released across 3,500 screens in India, which includes Tamil and Telugu markets. The film, which is an official remake of the hit Hollywood film Forrest Gump, opened to mixed reviews. Film critic and trade analyst Taran Adarsh gave the Aamir Khan film a 2-star rating and said that it disappoints on several fronts. Raksha Bandhan, on the other hand, is getting a fair response from the audience and critics alike. The buzz over Raksha Bandhan in the capital city is picking up pace, and currently more than 30% of shows are booked. The film is produced by Z Studios and directed by Anand L. Rai and is made on an approximate budget of over 70 crore rupees. While Bollywood's performance has been dismal, 4 successive super hits from the south, Pushpa, RRR, KGF Chapter 2 and Vikram have grossed more than 3,000 crore rupees worldwide. While Hindi films Gangubai Kathiawadi, The Kashmir Files and Bhool Bhulaiya 2 have together grossed 811 crore rupees worldwide. From January 2020 to April 2022, of the country's 9,759 crore cumulative gross box office collection, the four South Indian languages contributed 57.3%. Hindi films managed only 31%. 7 of the top 10 grossers in this span were from the South.
With big budget Bollywood films starring A-listers tanking at the box office, it only seems that the pressure is mounting on other films such as Raksha Bandhan, Laal Singh Chaddha, Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt's Brahmastra and even Shah Rukh Khan's Pathan. With camera person Parmendra Sharma, this is Dipali Patel for Business Today.